Hey everyone, Chris here, and welcome to my channel. In today's 5 on Friday, I'm here to bring to you 5 books that are coming out in July that look interesting to me. So July was actually a really tricky month. There weren't a ton of books that really caught my eye and got me excited and that I was interested in. So I only had a handful to choose from. And I tried to highlight ones I hadn't heard about elsewhere as much as some of the more popular books I know are coming out in July that I might be looking forward to. So here are 5 books coming out in July that I would like to read. First up is Coffee Shop in an Alternate Universe by C.B. Lee. This comes out on July 1st, and it is a YA queer fantasy. It says a geeky overachiever determined to save the world through science and a troublemaking chosen one lashing out against her destiny meet and fall in love in a magical coffee shop as their 2 very different universes begin to collide. In Coffee Shop in an Alternate Universe, C.B. Lee's fun, sapphic, cozy fantasy YA romance. When Brenda's internet goes out right before an important scholarship deadline, she stumbles right into Kat's family's coffee shop. Brenda is swept away by cool, confident Kat, who actually cares about Brenda's 19-step plan to save the world through science. Meanwhile, Kat can't stop thinking about Brenda, who is smart, passionate, and doesn't seem to care that Kat is the prophesized chosen one. The only problem, Kat and Brenda are from different universes, like need to find a portal to go on a second date different universes. As their universes collide and things spiral out of control, can a girl who is determined to save the world find love with a girl determined to outrun her destiny? So I love me a good cozy fantasy, and I've read other books by C.B. Lee and really enjoyed them. So this one definitely has me intrigued and is one that I would like to get to. Next, coming out on July 8th, is The Rebel Girls of Rome by Jordan Taylor. This is a YA historical thriller. From the author of The Paper Girls of Paris comes Rebel Girls of Rome, a thrilling and heartfelt dual POV novel about Lila, a girl looking to reconnect with her grandfather over his mysterious past during a trip to Rome, and Bruna, a queer Jewish woman who escapes the Nazis in Italy and joins the resistance during World War II. Now, grieving the loss of her mother, college student Lila is hoping to reconnect with her ever-distant grandfather who refuses to talk about his past. When a fellow student in Italy brings a long-lost family heirloom to her attention, Lila travels to Rome with her grandfather in the hopes of unlocking his history as a survivor of the Holocaust once and for all. But as they get closer to the truth and the possibility of healing through new connections, she begins to realize that some secrets may be too painful to unbury. Then, it's 1943 and 19-year-old Bruna and her family are doing their best to survive in Rome's Jewish quarter under Nazi occupation. When the dreaded knock comes early one morning and Bruna realizes her youngest brother Rafa is missing, her desperate search to find him separates her from the rest of her family irrevocably. Overcome with guilt at escaping her family's fate in the camps, Bruna joins the partisan efforts against the Nazis and Italian fascists. When her missions bring her back to her childhood crush Elsa, she must decide what it really means to live in love, and if fully embracing herself might be her greatest act of resistance of all. But just as she starts to find the light in the darkness, an attack that ends in unspeakable tragedy leaves Bruna questioning her fortitude to survive more than ever before. Part historical mystery, part sweeping romance, Jordan Taylor brings Bruna and Lila's story to brilliant life in this compelling emotional read in the vein of The Paper Girls of Paris, with dual history and contemporary POVs, where heartbreak, hope, and finding light in times of darkness are inevitably intertwined. This is perfect for readers of Ruta Sepetys and Monica Hesse. This was another one I found very intriguing. I really would like to know the story behind Lila's grandfather and what happened to him during the Holocaust. I have definitely been in a historical fiction mood, so this is hitting all of the right buzzwords for me right now. So we'll see if I can manage to get to this one before the end of 2025. Then, the first of 3 books coming out July 29th, The Lighthouse at the Edge of the World by J.R. Dawson. This is a queer adult contemporary fantasy. It says The Lighthouse at the Edge of the World is a powerful and poignant contemporary queer fantasy perfect for fans of Hadestown and Under the Whispering Door. At the edge of Chicago, nestled on the shores of Lake Michigan, there is a way station for the dead. Every night, the newly departed travel through the city to the station, guided by its lighthouse. There, they reckon with their lives before stepping aboard a boat to go beyond. Nira has spent decades watching her father, the ferryman of the dead, sail across the lake each night just like the last. But tonight, something is wrong. The station's lighthouse has started to flicker out. The terrifying, ghostly haunts have multiplied in the city, and now a living person, has found her way onto the boat. Her name is Charlie. She followed a song and she is searching for someone she lost. So I loved Under the Whispering Door, so that got me right away, and this sounds like it could be very interesting. I'm very curious how Charlie ended up on this boat and what she is going to be looking for when she gets to the realm of the dead, and how her relationship with Nera is going to progress throughout this book, considering that this is Nera's world. So this just sounded fascinating, and I would like to get to it. The second of 3 books coming out on July 29th is Cat and Crazy Volume 1 by Wataru Nadatani. This author also writes Cat and Gamer, which is a manga series I've absolutely adored. And I believe this is going to be set in the same world, but we're going to follow a different character. It says, when cat fanatic and high schooler Kensuke Fuji meets the ultimate cat whisperer, he decides to become their disciple to learn everything about cats. High schooler Kensuke Fuji adores cats, but others in his family are allergic, so he's never really been able to spend time with any. When he meets a mysterious, skilled cat guru who seems to be able to understand everything about cats, Kensuke finds a kindred spirit who is also absolutely kitty bonkers. So he decides to study under this ultimate cat whisperer. Come along with Kensuke and learn the secrets of the Cat Fist Way. So like I said, I have absolutely adored Cat and Gamer, and the idea that there is another manga series that is about kitties gets me really excited. I really like the way this author writes her stories with these people who are learning about cats, so I could see this being really fun if it follows in the vein of Cat and Gamer, and so I absolutely had to include it in this list because I just adore this series. So if you're looking for a manga recommendation, I would recommend Cat and Gamer and checking out this one, even though I haven't read it, because I would assume it's going to be just as good as Cat and Gamer. And then last but not least, the third of 3 books releasing on July 29th is The House of Found Objects by Jo Beckett King. This is a middle grade mystery and the first book in a B. Bella Rose mystery series. It says, for fans of Beth Lincoln's The Swifts and Margaret Peterson Haddock's Greystone Secret series comes an exciting mystery filled with cryptic clues and wonderful word puzzles as 2 cousins search for their grandmother's missing portrait. 12-year-old B from Passaic, New Jersey, is visiting her family in Paris for the summer when her grandmother's most precious heirloom, a drawing by Henri Matisse, goes missing. After a cryptic clue arrives on B's doorstep suggesting its whereabouts, B is determined to pursue the lead. Without the French skills to navigate her way around the landmarks of Paris, she teams up with her cousin Celine, whose clear-eyed French directness makes her a perfect partner for curious, problem-solving B. The girls embark on a citywide search, deciphering riddles, solving puzzles, and cracking codes as they try to locate the Matisse, find a thief, and identify their mysterious benefactor. So I thought this sounded fun. I love a good middle grade mystery. I've liked ones where you can kind of try to solve the puzzle with the characters. This also sounds like it's going to have family vibes, which I also love in my middle grade books. So I'm hoping I end up enjoying this one when I get around to reading it. So there you have it. Those are 5 books that are coming out in July that I'm interested in. Let me know in the comments section below which of them sounds most interesting to you. All of my social media is linked in the description below if you'd like to come chat with me. If you've made it this far in the video, leave me coffee emojis or things you'll find in a coffee shop in honor of the coffee shop in an alternate universe. Like this video and subscribe to my channel, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye!